Hey everyone, it's Kimmy. I am Mama on a Mission, and today I am doing a What Sold video, which is a style of video that I do usually at least once a week, where I show exactly what is selling for me on eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. I am a 14-year online reseller. I've been doing this quite a long time. And so I decided to start this little channel here where I show what I'm selling. Hopefully it's helpful if you are a reseller or you're looking to get into that game. If not, if you're just a thrifter or like to see what we're finding and selling out there, hopefully this video is for you as well. And today, whoo, look, I'm a glossy mess. It is 92 with 100% humidity here in Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is the home of the tundra, so us folks are not used to such high temperatures. It usually only comes for a short amount of time, so please excuse the mess as always. But I have an awesome What Sold video for you today, and I'm so happy to say that because, as I've been mentioning on the channel, my roller coaster ride of summer sales has been in effect. I've had really low lows, and now like this What Sold is more on par of what I would expect normally throughout the year, and I have some fantastic sales, like some really good things you guys should stick around and listen to on some really good brands. Some you may not know, honestly. A couple style based, some some of the normal things, but this is a good one, so I'm really excited to be able to say that. Just for comparison, like this is a 5-day What Sold. So normally I do a 2-day, which is the weekend, Saturday and Sunday sales, and then I do a 5-day, which is Monday through Friday. The last couple, because my sales have been so low, I've been combining them together for a 7-day What Sold. But today's is a 5-day. Listen to this, my last 3 5-day periods. So I'm basically comparing each week. These are the numbers. I did $611 in 5 days, 486, and then now this week, here's my number for these 5 days, $892.16. Woo! I just find that so funny though. Listen to those numbers again. 611 one week, 486 the next week, and then this week is $892. That's almost $900. That's basically double what I did the week previous. Why? The world may never know. I certainly don't. But that's great. That's honestly awesome for my summer slowdown period. Why am I throwing? This is my papers. Like, I'm not hiding anything here. I write down all my numbers. My eBay, my Poshmark, my Depop. I put how many items sell. That's all I'm flashing around here. I don't know what I'm doing. Woo! Anyways, so $892, almost $900 in 5 days is fantastic as a part-time reseller. At least for me, that's pretty good. So I will literally share with you on the screen what sold during this time period. I do have a couple stinker sales, like a few things where I'm going to be like, hey, don't pick this up like I did. And, that's just sometimes the name of the game. Not everything you sell is going to always be 100% home run, at least in my experience. Every once in a while I have things that just sit around. And one of these items, honestly, is something that used to maybe not be a bolo, but it was a solid bread and butter brand for me that I would sell all the time. And now it's really not so much. Wah, that's what happens. When you've been doing this for 14 years, there are certainly things that you might have picked up 2 years ago that would have been okay, or bread and butter, solid sales, and they aren't anymore. No, I'm not your friend no more for one of these brands. So yeah, let me share with you the sales that I have. I'm going to turn around the camera and show you exactly what sold. Okay, here we go with the sales portion of the video, and this was a fantastic sale and definitely a brand to know. I believe these sold within, I'm going to say about 2 weeks, so that's a super quick sale for me. The brand is Fly London. This was a slingback wedge sandal, open toe women's EU 42, which is a US 11. Honestly, they were in super good condition. I mean, I will get to the soles of this shoe. Look at this. They almost look like they had never even been worn. I mean, they do look worn, but like they are still in really good condition. A really nice tie-up, lace-up accent here. But honestly, the brand itself, Fly London, definitely is a shoe brand to know. If you look up solds, most of these are selling $30, $40, $50, and this was a pre-owned sandal. So definitely keep your eye out for good condition Fly London shoes. Now, this was an item that I was obsessed with. I remember doing the haul video, honestly, not long ago. I'm going to say this was a haul video I did 2 months ago. This is a brand that most of the time is a style-based pickup. It's Knox Rose. You've heard me say this brand before, but I layered the reasons why I picked up this dress. It was a dress that I picked up like at a regular thrift store for $6.99. Knox Rose velvet burnout tiered maxi length dress, size XXL. I put in the keywords fairy goth and whimsy goth. This could also be dark romantic, elegant, maybe even vamp or vampcore, vampire. So I layered all those reasons. It's a baby doll cut, full length maxi dress, tassel accents. It's obviously style based, meaning that it has like that velvet burnout, which is very popular in certain styles right now, including fairy goth, gothic, whimsy goth. This was just an excellent sale. I felt pretty confident in it. Again, I paid $6.99. It sold for $30 plus shipping within 2 months. So that is a great sale. Now, you guys know I do a lot with Torrid. This is brand new with tags, tropical rayon slub baby doll top. I put in the keywords beach and vacation. Now, most of your classic Torrid items, especially like just a top and not more substantial pieces like a dress, are going to go in the $20 range. This was new with tags and it sold for $23.62. It makes sense that it's sold right now, being that it's like tropical, bright, vacation, beach, all of those things. It's only a 1X. I do better in Torrid in the the larger plus sizes, so that also could be a factor, but still a great bread and butter brand for me, and still a solid sale as far as a bread and butter item. Oh my gosh. I was obsessed with this pillow. I wish I was elegant enough and fancy enough to have like a farm chic home decor. If you guys are listening to me and can peep your head over to this pillow, it's stunning. I found this at the bins. To think that this pillow was like 2 steps away from being thrown into a garbage compactor somewhere, it just blows my mind. Let me say the title: Vintage Shabby Chic Floral Print Accent Throw Pillow. It's just a throw pillow, but it had these gorgeous color tones, the fringe accent, very nice details and threading to this. I just loved it. This was one of those items I every once in a while mention to you guys that I will price up just because I love it so much. And this was it. This is one of them. I sold this throw pillow from the bins for $60 plus shipping. I did not find any with this design. Let me see if I put in, I'm thinking some keywords. I'm surprised. I put shabby and chic. This is farm chic for sure. Farmhouse, farm decor, all the way. It definitely has boho, feminine vibes. This is a ton of different things, and I loved it, and I'm sure my customer will as well. I don't do a lot in like pillows and stuff, but there you go. That was a fantastic sale. This is another fantastic sale and a brand to know. J. McLaughlin Black Leather Pump chunky heel, women's size 9, and I put in dressy. J. McLaughlin itself, like the brand, will sell itself within time as long as it's an in-style piece. I do pretty well with this brand when I do find it, which isn't a whole lot. There's the bottoms. There's the logo for you, J. McLaughlin. I sold these for $60 plus shipping. This is a great versatile dress shoe, business casual, you know, all those things that get executive, office, secretary, teacher. But again, it's the brand J. McLaughlin, another fantastic sale. Now I found this at the bins. This is new with tags. I've mentioned a couple times lately, I do okay with new with tags Stitch Fix items. This is Mix by 41 Hawthorne. Open front long cardigan, a very pretty blue color, great layering piece. Layers are also good for the office for when there's like temperature fluctuations. But just a really nice casual piece here. It was a rayon jersey knit blend. People do look up jersey or jersey knit as the material, as it's like stretchy, comfy, smooth. I put office, business, lunch date, going out, and layering top in this description here. This is a bread and butter, a bins pickup at probably $1. It sold for $25 plus shipping. Oh my gosh, this sold quick, and it's a fantastic sale. Now, I do pretty well with this brand, MM LaFleur. Let me get there it is, MM LaFleur. You want to know this brand. They do more elegant business, capsule wardrobe, or even like minimalist style. I found a couple stock photos, just very classic, elegant, chic type of items. And this was heavy. I could not believe how heavy this cardigan was. MM LaFleur. They called it the Jardigan. I think that's a combo of like a jacket and cardigan. Black, size medium. I put in quiet luxury. This is like one of those just pieces that was stunning on its own. The brand you definitely want to know. This sold for $80 plus shipping. It really was in fantastic condition. I put in business, executive, elegant, quiet luxury, capsule wardrobe, and I do feel like all of those are applicable. And this sold quick. I love finding pieces in great condition. I'm willing to pay up for them. I got this for $6.99, which is honestly not bad. Especially, I did not know I was going to get $80 for this. I really didn't. I knew it was a nice blazer. I was thinking $40 to $50. And then when I looked up the comps, they were fantastic. So it warranted a higher price, and it sold fast. MM LaFleur. Now, I've been kind of experimenting with this brand, and you guys might think it's kind of funny. This is new with tags. The original retail was $159. Alex Evenings, size extra large, 2-piece blazer jacket and top. I put in glam and glitter. I do think this was maybe a vintage new with tags. There it is, Alex Evenings. Very, very glam, glitzy. You could almost put like Mother of the Bride or formal event, elegant. See some of the up close pictures. You can see like the sequin glitter details, a beautiful paisley print, and this did okay for me. I remember getting this at a regular thrift store, and it was half off, and that's why I took a risk on it. So I got it for $4.50. They had $8.99 on it, and it sold for like $38 plus shipping. And I would say it was like 4 months, 5 months, so not terrible as far as an item that, especially like this is a more formal, elegant piece, and it might not necessarily, like, it's not an everyday piece, right? So a certain person who had an event that they were going to, or like some kind of special event. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I had a tickle there for a second. I knew this item was going to be an item that needed a special customer. And sometimes you just know that picking up items, and that's okay. Still a great sale, a great profit. Now here is my girl, Lori Goldstein. I mention her quite a bit on my channel. I mostly do plus size Lori Goldstein pieces. This is bread and butter for me. Women's plus size 3X asymmetrical tunic top. I put in splatter and boho. This is definitely also artsy. The tunic length, full button up, and asymmetrical hem will elevate your item. Make sure you pick up items that have something substantial, something different, something that it's like not just a basic tank top or just a pullover top. This sold for $22 plus shipping, which is pretty much right where I would expect to be. Now here's my wah of the day. I think maybe there's one more, but I used to do really well in American Eagle jeans. I do not do well in American Eagle jeans before. This is the brand that I was saying probably 5 years ago. Everyone wanted American Eagle jeans. Maybe even 10 years ago. I've been doing this a long time. I don't remember when, but it used to be like, hey, every time you found American Eagle jeans, you were getting a $20 bill. So if I found it at the bins for, well, 10 years ago, the bins used to be like 79 cents a pound. So if I got a pair and I paid 79 cents and I was flipping it for 20, I'd do that all day. So a $15 profit on an item I spent 79 cents for. And that would be bread and butter for me. But no more. I'm very selective about my American Eagle items. I try to stick to larger sizes. Of course, more of the styles that are in right now are wide leg, flare. If you can find like vintage Y2K, maybe flare or mom styles, that might be a little bit more of a pickup, but this only sold for $4 and it took forever. I've had this for, gosh, too long. Oh man, probably 2 to 3 years. Why didn't I just get rid of it? I don't know, because sometimes I'm lazy. That's too honest. My jean bins, I sort some of my items by type, and they're basically empty, so it just sat there. Don't listen to my advice as far as like, if something sits for a year or two and you're like, I need to just get rid of it, do it. Redonate it, whatever you need to do, and get rid of it. This was not a great sale. This was another pretty quick sale. It's Ralph Lauren. If you get the regular Ralph Lauren, that's better. This is a 2-piece cardigan set. It was a silk and modal blend, which did elevate it a little bit. This bright orange color for spring and summer is definitely in season right now. This sold for $22.44. A lot of my regular thrift stores price up any Ralph Lauren item, so just be particular. Don't pay too much unless you're really confident in the item. Like if you're stacking a lot of reasons why to pick it up, it's a material, it's style, it's newer, it's a great, a plus size, things like that. Now here's one of my bread and butter brands. That Knox Rose earlier did really, really well, and I knew that this Knox Rose was going to be more on the lower end, and that's why I wanted to share this with you. Just basic Knox Rose items are going to get you $15 to $20. This is a cropped, oversized, boxy top, which is in style. Oversized, boxy waffle. This is legging look. Definitely more of like a boho casual item. And it did have a texture to it, which people like. I knew this was not $1 million sale. If you have basic Knox Rose that you get at the bins, right, this is light. So at $1.29 a pound, I would say I paid 40 cents for this. It's very light. And I accepted an offer for $14.71, and that's basically where I thought it would be. Be selective on your Knox Rose for sure. A lot of resellers will tell you not to pick it up. So do with that what you will. Now, this is a brand that I do okay with in certain golf items and dress shoes. It's Johnston & Murphy. Again, some people will tell you to pass on this brand, and that's okay. I have 2 in this What Sold video alone. So again, take that with a grain of salt and do what you feel is best for you. I do find, so this is a pair of men's loafer shoes in size 8.5. I do find that the loafers with the tassels seem to do a little bit better for me. These sold for $31 on Depop, and that's a fantastic sale. So Depop has very low fees. I am happy with that pair. Now here is the other pair that I sold. Again, Johnston and Murphy. This is a hybrid golf shoe, size 12, which is a better shoe size. This is more of a performance item. Their XC line from Johnston and Murphy is more of a performance wear line and does typically do better for me. I've sold their polos before as well. So maybe something you want to keep an eye out for. These sold for $30 plus shipping. They did have some wear on the toes there. I probably could have cleaned them up a little bit better, but they still sold. They're still usable. You know, these Johnston and Murphy shoes, dress shoes, golf shoes, they're $100 all day. Brand new, probably more. So still a great value for my customer. And they're kind of like a really sleek looking golf shoe there. So another great sale. Decide for yourself if you feel like that's a brand you want to look at. Now here's another basic item, and I have been selling big and tall items for years. Literally the entire time I have been in Reseller. I do like selling big and tall items because I am big and tall. And I think that's where I basically got my start. This is not anything, you don't even want to really look at this brand, Claiborne. It's Liz Claiborne, like Kohl's, JCPenney. But I picked this up at the bins, and it's a hard to find size. It's 3XLT. I knew this would just be like solid bread and butter. You know, big and tall folks are looking for basic everyday items too. And it is hard to find these sizes. If you can find 3XLT, 4XLT, I've sold many items like this in regular brands for anywhere between $15 and $20. If you pick it up at the bins, you know, if you can find things, if you can find a great brand, like if you find Ralph Lauren in a big and tall size, that for sure is where you can make some money. It's just that they're harder to find sizes, and us big folk, like sometimes I don't like going to stores because I can never find my size. So I will resort to online because it's easier to find my size. So this sold for $15.47, and I think that's a great dollar amount for a very, very basic brand and a kind of a basic item. So there you go. Ralph Lauren, I mentioned this a lot. Now this is the regular Ralph Lauren, and I had mentioned that this one has the flesh pony, or the like the natural pony with multicolors on it. I put in the keywords preppy, teacher, executive. Ralph Lauren men's size large Oxford button-up shirt. Very nice piece. I knew that these particular shirts, to move them pretty quick, you're looking at $20 to $30, you know, pretty much over and over. I knew I was going to get $20, $22, $24. I accepted an offer at $20. Especially because it has been slower for me, I've been a little bit more lenient on my accepting of offers. I probably could have countered, and then maybe they would have ghosted me. And when you're dealing with, you know, days where your sales aren't great, I just took the $20 offer. I thought that was fair enough for now, and I got the item moved. And I haven't had this long. I would say maybe, I'm going to say 3 months I had this item. So not bad. 90 days. This is another brand to keep an eye out for. Carbon to Cobalt. I just mentioned it the other day. This is one of those, in my opinion, kind of a dying brand, like where it would have sold better a couple years ago and now is not doing as much, like as high value, and it's sitting a little bit longer. That's just my opinion and what's happening for me. It's still a great pickup. I'm still picking this brand up. Carbon to Cobalt. This was a cotton and cashmere size extra large men's polo sweater. So it was like a Henley sweater with long sleeves. And the cashmere blend probably helped it. The size extra large helped it. I think this is a good item still if you find it at a low cost. And still a brand I pay attention to. So $18 plus shipping on that item. Now this is another item I picked up not long ago, and I was getting a lot of lowball offers. I don't know why. For some reason, you guys tell me, like every once in a while I'll get an item, and for some reason there's a lot of attention to it, but everyone wants to send me $3 offers. And I'm like, what is happening here? Why? It's Lily Pulitzer, 100% silk dark mint tank top with gold hardware, which a lot of people do like accenting like colors. I love this dark mint. It was really pretty. And the brand Lily Pulitzer is going to sell itself. I found this at a regular Goodwill for $3.99 in the tank top section. I was kind of surprised. Being that it was 100% silk, I thought maybe I'd get a little bit more out of it, but I did finally accept an offer at $22 plus shipping. So with Poshmark shipping cost, that the customer paid about $30 for this tank. I don't know exactly how much it would cost full price in a store for a 100% silk Lily Pulitzer. I'm going to say $80. I'm just guessing, but the brand itself and being that it's 100% silk definitely elevated this item. Lovely color and still a solid sale for me since I only paid $4 for it. That's bread and butter for me all day. Now again, this is kind of a wah-wah sale. Not great, not terrible. No, I mean, it's almost terrible. However, I got this at the Goodwill bins. It's a wool blend. This is a brand I don't pick up anymore. Ann Taylor. I thought, though, it kind of had like a preppy vibe to it. It's a poncho sweater, like a pullover with like wide arms. And I just thought this also had like a classic, like I could see someone just throwing on some black leggings with this and heels and you're off to the office. Like I just felt like that was the case, but it only sold for $12. It is what it is. Not a great sale. 98% of the time, 99% of the time, I am skipping on this brand and Taylor. It's not a pickup for me, at least. All right, there you have it. That is part of $892 for 5 days. I don't typically show every single sale. I try to focus on items that I think are useful to show. They're some of my better sales, or obviously have some kind of reason to show you. I threw in a couple stinkers in there, things that I probably would not pick up again, or 99% of the time not pick it up again. I don't like to say ever, because you know there's always a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, like that something might come into your view and you're like, wow, I can stack 5 reasons to pick this up. And so I do. So sometimes it's like that. But $892 in 5 days is definitely more of where I typically am and would like to be. I don't know what happened, why it doubled in a week, but I am thankful. That was a great week. I'm always thankful for all the sales, and I'm thankful to have a good week, you know, compared to what it has been. So there you have it. If you would not mind liking, subscribing, commenting, all of those things that everyone is always saying on their YouTubes, it really does help the channel. And the comments help kind of give me a boost in the algorithms. I think, I'm no expert. I think that's what I read. That's what I hear. I would really appreciate that. You guys know I love you, and I just did a video thanking you all for your support. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to get through these summer months, and then I really feel like in August, getting closer to the kids going back to school, I'm hoping that I can really get back to killing it out here and boost some sales for that Q4. I'm going to go list for a little bit and go water my garden, because I'm an old lady, and that's what I do these days when the sun finally goes down and it's not 100 degrees, so I'm not baking outside. I am thankful for the heat. I don't want to sound like a complainer, because Wisconsin, where, you know, it doesn't get warm, but it went from like 60 degrees, which I'm still comfortable with. I love sweatshirt weather, but it went from 60 to 95, like boom. And humid, so humid. Everything is sticky. I am sticky. Everything's like, my face, you can see, is like, humidity definitely makes a huge difference. They keep saying it's going to rain. Doesn't rain. So everything is dry. So dry. I water my flowers and the water just right through it, because everything is dry. It's hot. It's humid, but no rain. I don't know. Make it make sense. Anyways, check in. Let me know how you all are doing. How is the summer sales going? We're headed towards July already. I'm thinking July will probably be the same roller coaster, but you never know. We'll have to stay tuned, you know, to find out, because I don't even know what July will hold. And like I said in previous ones, I haven't been hitting my 10 a day goal every day at this point. I'm still listing and I'm still fairly consistent, but not as good as normal. So, oh well. Life goes on. We have to do something besides pay bills and die. That's what I say sometimes, which hopefully isn't morbid. But my point is, sometimes if we want to just go and watch our birds and water the flowers, we just are going to do that. So I'm going to try to get 5 right now before I go water my garden. Wish me luck, and we'll talk to you guys really soon.